Hello and welcome to another NBA 2K25 rebuild. This time we are rebuilding one of the new franchises coming to the NBA. I say new, but we all know who is coming back, the Seattle Supersonics. Now, this is going to be a rebuild where we're going to try and be realistic, especially whenever it comes to drafting. And then we're going to try and be good as early as possible. I think the Supersonics deserve a team. Seattle is definitely deserving. And we're going to just try and see what we can do with the team. I'm going to turn this into a series. So this episode is going to be the draft, season 1. And then after that, we'll see where this goes. But who do we want to make the franchise cornerstone? Now, there's a couple ways you can go. You can go like disgruntled player. You can go the small, the rookie deal, that sort of thing. I think we need somebody that we think can really develop. Now, I'm going through the options. We saw Ryan Kalkbrenner, maybe. But I prefer kind of like a young leader type of guy. Nick Clifford might be a good idea. Who else is there in here that we see that we might want to be the franchise guy? I'm not seeing a lot. Honestly, I think with protections, I think somebody like Ryan Kalkbrenner might just have to be the best option. If we go by position, let's look at the yards. What are we looking at? Not trying to give up this much money. Andrew Nembhard might be a guy that we have for the long haul. Colin Sexton, Cam Spencer, definitely options. Kuminga, could Kuminga come to a new team like Seattle? I'm not sure. I feel like he'd get kept. So I think with the first pick, we're gonna go with Ryan Kalkbrenner. We're gonna have him be the base of the team, the real developmental piece. And then after that, we're going to take Andrew Nembhard to be the guard of the future for this team. Next up, now, are there any 2s and 3s where we're like, this dude can be a star? Tristan da Silva, maybe. I wouldn't be mad at that. Anthony Simons is intriguing because he's on a relatively big deal, but he's definitely somebody that's floated around. What about a Max Christie? Baylor Shireman. I think we're going to go with Anthony Simons. He's going to be our big ticket player. And then we will go with, I'm not sure what do you go with a guy that you think can be a real star, or do you go with win now players? I'm not sure if we're trying to win exactly this year, but obviously you don't want to be bad. And I think that's something you have to kind of deal with whenever it comes to rebuilding. Okay, so I'm stuck between Da Silva. We'll go Da Silva here. We're going to hope Hugo Gonzalez makes it to the next round. If he does, we're going to take Hugo. So Kyle Filipowski goes. So we're going to take Hugo Gonzalez next. And then now we need a 4. Do I want to pay this much money for John Collins? I really do not. Rui, I think, would get kept. Mamu, Spurs legend. I will definitely get Mamu and keep Mamu around. Big fan of Mamu in his game. Now, can we get any vets in? Anyone that could make the team and just be an impact player? Davion Mitchell is an idea. Klay Thompson, but he's on a bigger deal. Max Strus, I'm a fan. We could do some vet leadership. But we also need guys that we think can stay around. We'll need some tradable contracts as well. So some people we think we can move. So with that, we're going to go John Collins. He can be used as a trade piece. And then after that, we're going to go with Caleb Love. I actually think Caleb Love has had his moments for Portland this year, and he's the guy that could go and be an actual star and a star in the making. So I absolutely agree with getting him. Mitchell Robinson, if he's around, I agree. Great pick there. After that, now we're just going to draft players we think could actually play and be reasonable on the team. Sam Merrill. So currently we have Nembhard, Caleb Love, Anthony Simons, Sam Merrill, Tristan da Silva, Hugo Gonzalez, John Collins, Mamu, Kalkbrenner, and Robinson. So we can go best player available. In terms of money, we're doing fine. We can offer a contract. We don't have that many expensive players. Zy Williams is off. Bones Highland is gone. Rui's only 27, but do I trust that? Not really. I really do not. So instead, we're going to get another backup big, Luke Cornett, and then we're going to go with, how's Old Man Clay doing? 39 from 3. We'll go with Max Christie. And then next, I think we're going to go for a 4 because we plan on getting rid of John Collins. Simone Fontecchio. Who can we make a 4? Is the question, because the reality is we're not too high on any of these players currently. The guard pool is higher. Did we just draft a... Okay, so let's go ahead and do Davion Mitchell as one option. And then as our next pick, we'll go with Rui Hachimura. Now, this team we might run into the problem where we might be a little too good to start off, but that's what we're going to go with. Seattle Supersonics. We moved Minnesota to the East because that is the rumored, and geographically speaking, they are around the other teams. But this is, let's see, this is the roster we're going with year one. Nemhard, Davion Mitchell, Caleb Love. Definitely going to give Caleb Love some time because he can be a star for us. And then I'm actually going to move Christie. I'm going to go ahead and move Christie to the 3. I think he'd be a good wing player for us. So Nemhard, Mitchell, Love, Simons, Merrill, Christie, Da Silva, Hugo Gonzalez. We got Bojan Bogdanovic on the team. John Collins, Mamu, Rui Hachimura, Cornett, Robinson, Kalkbrenner. As of right now, our coach is Jake Thomas, who doesn't have the best ratings. We're going to run with a 10-man rotation just because we want to get some of the young talent in there. So we're going to bump this down. And we want the young guys to play. We want the young guys to play a lot. Nemhard can be a fantastic player for us. Anthony Simons, this is a pretty big prove-it year for him just because what do we do with him? I'm not sure. So we'll get Kalkbrenner in there. And then, yeah. So hopefully Hugo Gonzalez can develop. I think he can be the real star of the team. And I'm looking in terms of like stardom. Maybe Nemhard takes a leap. But yeah, so that's what we're going to go with. Going into the trade market I was talking about, what can John Collins get us? Because an idea I have, and we'll see how it works out, is bringing back a guy or a couple guys that should maybe be here. If we're going to come back and bring Seattle. I'm not saying that the team has to give up an asset, but I think there's some guys who could definitely do well if they were brought to the area. This is an interesting deal, but Desmond Bain, 27, not sure if we want to take that big money moving forward. Dylan Brooks is at an 85 in the game, which is surprising, but no, I think we're good on that as well. CJ McCollum, we had the chance, we didn't want him. Now, this is something we're going to look at, and I think he's an upcoming free agent, so that could also be an off-season type acquisition, but what is the going price for Mr. Kevin? He is on a 3-year, 147. Okay, so no dice currently, but what if we give up our unprotected first, which is risky, but with this move, we're kind of saying like, hey, we can give up some good talent. What if we give up John Collins, Anthony Simons, and our unprotected first this year for Kevin Durant? Aging star. Actually, let's just do Simons and Collins and see if we get a counter. Okay, so untouchable. What about a first for next year, unprotected? untouchable. And then we can throw in Robinson. Okay, so that would put them over. Another lottery protected pick. Okay, so Kevin Durant does not look like it's happening. Yeah, Kevin Durant's not gonna happen for the future. If he makes it to free agency, we'll definitely look into that. But for right now, we're just gonna go through the season. I'm nervous. So we won the first game. We beat the Jazz. Lauren Markkinen, 8 for 20 off night. Simons with 10 for 16. That's the type of shooting we need from our best player. Collins with 17. Nembhard with 11 and 5. Hopefully we can get him to be a perennial playmaker. What are the tendencies at? That's a good thing to check while we're here. So we'll go ahead and bump Nembhard up to about 80 because he's going to be primary ball handler. Kalkbrenner definitely going up. We're hoping Kalk can develop offensively. And then after that, do they have Caleb Love down? So we're going to go ahead and call up Caleb Love and then sign for the remainder of the season because I was not aware that he was down there. But yes, okay. So back to the Sem. We won our first game, lose our second. The goal for this season is to not be terrible. And that might be counterintuitive, but I think we can be decent. Now, this is a deal that I see. Dash Daniels, 1 year, $7 million. He just signed a contract in the past offseason. He's okay with how it is there. Is he a guy that you can bring to Seattle? I think he's a good young talent. He's set to make a lot of money in the future. 20 plus mil a year. We're not really looking to get into that because I don't think the return is that great. Although Sam Merrill's making quite a bit too. And so is John Collins. So we'll do this trade. I was not sure I'd want to do that, but I think Dash Daniels is a real guy, and he can now he's on a 5-year 107. Did not check the total cap. But I think he's a guy. We'll go ahead and move Tristan De Silva to. Actually, we'll move Hugo to shooting guard. It seems kind of counter, but I think Dash is a guy that maybe if he can develop offensively, and it's a big if, maybe you have a real guy with him. And so he's not the best whenever it comes to his scoring, but we're going to bump his shot tendencies up, and maybe he can develop in that regard. Big move to start the season. Dash Daniels is now our number one and our future guy. Hopefully we can be decent, and so far so good. Not trying to give up picks if we don't have to, but if there's some guys that can be cap casualties and don't want to sign with the team for long term, then who knows? This might be a quick video. I didn't expect the team to be this good off of the rip, but I mean, okay, we'll take it. 18-5, 19-5 on a win streak. I'm not sure who's causing this, and I don't want to check. Okay, now that we lost, I can check. Let's see who's the reason behind this. So, okay. Dash Daniels up to 15, 6, 2 steals a game, 4 assists, doing great. Nembhard up to 18.5. Kalkbrenner, 15. Simons, 21. Christie with 8. Christie, that's kind of disappointing just because of his role, shooting 26 from 3. He might be someone we can move on from. Mitchell Robinson, no show, but he's a backup center currently. Rui. I mean, so there's definitely guys that are making our job a little easy in terms of, like, do we want to keep them around long term? Let's see what the contracts are looking like for extension-wise. So Simons will resign. That's relatively cheap for how good of a player he can be for us. So we'll keep Simons around. Mr. Robinson as our backup center. How long is Cornette's deal? Cornette is on a long deal, so I think we'll let Robinson go. And then Rui, we can give that to Rui. So let's see, what is Mitchell Robinson and then maybe Christie? Do they have any sort of market? Because Matt Christie, for whatever reason, does not really excite me. And I think making the move for Dash Daniels gives us a little bit more flexibility to maybe shop him. Zach Collins is a terrorist. We're good on that. Jalen Tyson is somebody I think we should do. Jalen Tyson he's enticing. Maxime, good, but no. It's going to be Danny Wolf would be interesting. I think we have to do Carter Bryant. I would love to see on an expansion team. Obviously, staying with the Spurs is the priority, but if that were to happen. Wizards with the big swap best with the Suns, though. We're going to do Jalen Tyson. I think Jalen Tyson can be the guy for us. And I said that for Dash, but Jalen Tyson and his upside is just insane. Yeah, he can go. We'll move Tristan to shooting guard because we have a lot of small forwards now. But I'm really excited about Jalen Tyson. I think in his current role, he can be just kind of a guy we go to for scoring. But if he makes that leap, he's shooting 48% from three. He could be the franchise player that we need in terms of the offensive load and scoring. Dash Daniels obviously can help on the defensive end. And as we progress, we can maybe move him up to shooting guard. We can maybe move Simons up to point guard. And then Nembhard can maybe go to a more... So Cockburner's out for a while. That is less than ideal, and we traded away our backup center. So that's not good. We don't really have a backup center. Is there anyone in free agency currently that we can give to just get us through? Malik Beasley. We need a center, though. George Brooks is hurt. Sure. We will give a 1 year to Mr. Derm. Okay. So we'll keep simulating through the regular season. If this team can make the play-in, which currently we'll leave it as it is. I don't think Rui has that big of an impact. If this team can make the play-in, I think, at this point, it seems like we have the number one seed potential. Third in the power ranking, second in the conference rank. Doing some things. Terrible trade there. Cam Whitmore was a guy who I think could have been really good. Do we have to adjust this? Yes. Okay, Davion Mitchell can start. Cam Whitmore, okay. Dealing with a bunch of injuries. Let me know down below if you play with injuries on or off, because obviously I don't want it to be injured simulation, but if this is how we're playing, do we make the move for KD in year one? Do we go all in with Kevin Durant? The only issue is, right, if we go all in with Kevin Durant, Dash is playing well, that's good. Let's go to the Rockets and let's see what they're doing. If they're not doing great, would Kevin Durant be available? So a bunch of ones there. Feeling nondescript about the situation. He's done well. So nothing there. Let's go to the stats and standings, see where everybody's at. Okay, so the Rockets are actually the number one seed. So yeah, they're not going to trade Durant. The Kings are the 5 seed. There's another guy we can go get that, maybe maybe belongs. Let's see, what is Westbrook's going price? Can we bring back the Heart of the Thunder and former Supersonic Russell Westbrook? If they ask for a real player, I don't think I'll be able to do it. Rui has been playing well enough for us to keep him. Can't do Dash either. And they won a first round pick. I didn't even see that. Yeah, can't do that. Sorry, Russ. Before you retire, though, come hit us up. Speaking of the Rockets, we beat the Rockets. But yeah, so far so good. The team is performing. And we're okay there. The team's performing way better than I thought they would. Now, there's a topic I keep saying, and I have thoughts. I want to know, what are your thoughts on the MVP this year? And because I'm a Spurs fan, I'm a Wemby guy. I think Wemby has the best impact by far. And something that's important in MVP voting and hasn't been seen before is what is the defensive value? Like, what do you bring to your team? And I think the Spurs play in a way where Castle, Harper, and Carter Bryant, all super great defenders. Why are they great defenders? Because they have Wemby behind them. So the fact that Wemby's behind them does a lot of the heavy lifting, and it's not taken into account enough, I think. So Wemby can score 20 points or not have the best offensive night and still be the best player on the court by far, which is why I think he's MVP. Let me know down below, who do you have? I know there's going to be some for Luka. Sure, Struce, he can come back. I'm sure there's going to be some for Luka. I'm sure there's going to be some for, and Kalkbrenner's going to be back. That's big for the season. But what are your thoughts? Who do you have as MVP, and who do you think will be the most snubbed? Luka's had a great last couple weeks. And then obviously Shea is Shea. Jokic is Jokic. Just perennial guys. Jaylen Brown took a team that probably wasn't going to be in the playoffs, or wasn't supposed to be in the playoffs. It was supposed to be a can you get AJ Debinsa year, and they went, and now they're going to be in the top 3 seeds of the East. Kyrie, the NBA Cup MVP, and we won 50 games in year 1 of Seattle, beyond successful, beyond the expectation. I wasn't really sure. Now Simons being out is kind of. That is something that we did not really need. De Silva can step up. Or is it Jalen Tyson season? I think it is. So we're going to go ahead and move Dash down Jalen Tyson. And then we'll have Rui be our 6th man. How's Struce doing? Okay, we need Struce's shooting. Davion Mitchell has been all right. What if we do, instead of Davion Mitchell, we do Caleb Love? Just give him some run before the playoffs. And then once we get to the playoffs, I think we'll bump it down to a 9-man rotation. We'll see if coaching becomes a factor and our shortcoming, or if we end up doing well despite. And Andrew Nembhard is out for the season. Nembhard having a career 16, 4 assists, 40% from 3, and he's now out for the season. Wow. What do you do now? Well, Caleb Love, get ready for some more minutes. That's a big loss. Our 2 guards when we were doing really well. So we'll have Dash come there. Rui at 6th man again. So now we definitely need Struce. And you look at some of the trades we made earlier, and you wonder, like, injuries happen, but this really changes who we are, the team going into the playoffs. So, MVP, Victor Wembanyama, 27 points, 13.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and then 5 stocks almost. Truly phenomenal player. Cooper Flagg wins Rookie of the Year. 6th man of the year, Reed Shepherd. Wemby Depoy. Most improved, Dash Daniels. Shooting 20% from 3, so we'll definitely have to lower his 3 going into the playoffs. Executive of the Year and Coach of the Year go to Jake Thomas, which is us. Number 1 in the division and conference. And then our GM was the best executive. the turnaround is phenomenal. So Wemby, Jokic, Giannis, Cade, Shea, Luka, Harden, Cat, Jaylen Brown, Şengün, Adebayo, John Morant, LaMelo Ball. The three, hey, you might get traded players going for it. I appreciate it. Maxey, Randall. On defensive teams, we have Wemby, Giannis, Chet, Bam, and then Jaren Jackson. Are we going to get any Sonics? I wonder. I haven't seen any from Vegas either. Klingon, Jokic, Davis, Asord Thompson, and Rudy Gobert. And then all rookie team. Cooper Flag, Nolan Traore. That's an interesting one. Yegor Demon. That's also interesting. VJ Edgecombe, Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fears, Dylan Harper, Con Knipple falls to NBA third or all rookie second team. Trey Johnson, and then a Seattle Supersonic made it. We have Ryan Kalkbrenner. So we're the 1 seed. I always believed in us. I knew it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make it a 9-man rotation. Who doesn't get playing time? Caleb Love averages 9 points. I want him to play. Cornette can come down, so I guess we're not going to run that. Strus, doing all right. Hachimura. Caleb Love's going to play. So I changed my mind on that regard. Are we getting back? So we have 2 weeks before Anthony Simons comes back. All right, well, we're gonna see what we can do. Hopefully the team is ready. Now that I remembered, we're gonna go ahead and turn down all of Dash's shooting, or Dyson, not his brother, because why are you shooting threes? No. We're just gonna take that out of the game because, hey, that's not you. And when it's not you, it's not you. What's his actual three is my question. So his three is a 51. So yeah, we're actually okay with you not shooting anymore. All right. And then let's see. Going into the playoffs, who do we want the big shot makers to be? We'll go ahead and bump up Tyson as well. We'll bring up Tyson. Dash can stay the same. Or Tyson. Daniels can stay the same. Rui can go up a little bit. And hopefully they can really help us get where we need to be. Need big performances from Cornette. We're going to go back to 10-man. And then we'll go back to 50 there. Lineup performance. Do like a 25. Make some adjustments on the fly. So let's see. We already are out of the first round, which we'll simulate play-in. We have Denver losing to Sacramento, the Clippers beating Phoenix, and then Denver beating the Clippers to get in against us, where we have to now go against an animal in Jokic. So we will see how that goes. All right, so going in, we're going to go with Mitchell. And he's been hot. Mitchell, De Silva, Daniels, Rui Hachimura, Kalkbrenner, Tyson, Mamu, Strus, Cornette, and Caleb Love. Would have been real nice to have one of our guards. On the side of the East, we have Toronto beating Philly, Chicago and Atlanta beating Chicago. Got the play-in trio there, where the Heat at. And then we have Philadelphia versus Atlanta. So, game one. Game one, we lose by 19. Kalkbrenner, 26, shooting 12 of 14. Crazy stats. 10 from 17 from Rui. 10 for 19 from Dyson. Hopefully we can get Tyson more involved, unless he fouled out. Because we need some some Tyson magic. So we're gonna move Dyson up to, Dyson up to the 2, Tyson up to the 3. Rui can be there, but hopefully we get a little bit better production. De Silva, I just am not sure if he's ready yet, so we're gonna move Strus up, and then Davion can get a couple more minutes. So game 2, cut on the head. We're gonna say you're okay, and we win. We win by 4. Tyson with 18, had 6 scores in double figures against Jokic is 32. Can we win game 3? We lose by 11. Jokic was 27, 10, and 10. Dyson shooting 9 of 21. So your shot tendency is going way down. That's horrid. Let's not have that. So we perform best whenever it's Tyson and Rui. So those 2 are going to be the guys. Can we get Simons back? Simons comes back in a week. And he can play. So that's actually really big. So that bumps De Silva out of the lineup. And De Silva, didn't have the best playoffs. But we'll see. Maybe that Simons jump. Cornette has the flu. We won game 2. And defense was great. Jokic was 29, 12, and 6. Tyson with 28. So clearly just waiting for the green light to be the guy. And he was the guy. So awesome. Mitchell with 15 and 8 assists. Kalkbrenner 15 and 9. That's what we want to see. Can we win game 5? We lose by 11. Simons, Tyson, Jokic with 32, 15, and 11. We have no one to stop Jokic. We need a Jokic stopper. So I think we're going to move Simons to the bench. We're going to move Tyson up, Dyson. I'm just going to draft Dash Daniels so I can say Dash because it's really getting to me. And then we're going to take some minutes from Luke Cornette because he's kind of holding back a little bit. Caleb Love can go down. And we're just going to put our faith in this front line right here to go out there and get it done. So here we go. Game 6. In the first quarter, we are tied. Nuggets are up. Going into the third, we are up by 12. All they have to do is hold the lead, up by 13, up by 4, up by 8. And there is a game 7 in round 1. Now, we're the first seed, so we shouldn't be in game 7. But at the same time, we weren't sure we'd even get here. So, here we go. This is for the series. Nuggets up big, up by 11, up by 8, closing the gap a little bit. Can we get a second half push? And we do. Tied. Going into the fourth. Big fourth quarter here, and we win it. Up by 6. Up by 3, up by 7, and the Seattle Supersonics win, and they make it to the next round. Now, phenomenal performance from Anthony Simons that series. Davion better be playing the best defense of his life. We're just going to go ahead and do this, and then we'll put Tyson at the 2, at the 3. Let's see how this goes. Dash at the 2. Simon's at the 1, and then Rui and Kalkbrenner. So we'll go leave rotation as is. We win game 1 in a blowout fashion. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in double figures. Phenomenal playing by Rui, who really has turned the corner, and I'm glad we got him on a cheap deal for next year as well. Tyson as well. Just showing that those were the guys. And then shooting the ball well, too. So, we lose game 2 by 20. Back-to-back blowouts. Cooper Flag with 22. We shot efficiently. Just didn't score enough. Mama, you're fine. We lose the next game by 7. Kyrie 25. Brandon Williams dropping 21 just doesn't feel right. And then Cooper Flagg only had 8, barely played that game. So for coaching, we're going to go ahead and tighten the roster back down now that we have our guard play figured out. Simons, Davion can come off the bench. We'll try Tyson at the 2 instead of the 3. We lose game 3. Can we force a 3-1 comeback? Much needed 3-1 comeback. We are up going to the second. We're up going into the third. Can we maintain the lead? And we do in blowout fashion. Game 6. Can the Supersonics keep fighting and making it as a 1 seed who has really had to claw and fight through the playoffs so far? Up by 15, as long as they don't blow the lead. And they win by 4. Tyson with a career high of 31. Tyson is balling. Absolute gem on the team right now. Averaging 17 in the playoffs. Like I said, the guy. Kalkbrenner, 16, 9 rebounds. Now, can the Mavs lose in a 3-1 series comeback? Seattle takes the lead. Up by 11. Into the fourth. Up by 10. Up by 11. 3-1 lead. Win. Kalkbrenner 22 and 15. This guy's the future. Kyrie and Cooper Flagg both put up 22, but it is not enough. Seattle's going against. They want to move Caleb Love to the starting lineup. I'm cool to try it just to see how it goes. The team's on fire, and the East, we have Minnesota, who just got there, already doing well. And Detroit. So game 1 against Golden State, we won by 16. 20 points from 3 players. Rui, Max Strus, Anthony Simons. Game 2, we lose. Game 3, we win by 2. Who's the star here? Curry with 33. Simons with 35. That's why we keep him around, because he has the potential to just really take off. Kalkbrenner, 27. Golden State wins game 4 in a blowout. We win game 5 by 2. Can we close out? Another performance by Curry, matched by Anthony Simons. 10 for 16, 4 for 7 from 3. And then Max Strus, 6 of 9 from 3. That is why we said we had to keep Max Strus in the lineup. He is hooping. Much needed. So 3-2 lead. Davion Mitchell, he's injured. Don't play him. That's fine. We'll take his minutes. And Tyson, 6-man. That's fine. Kalkbrenner, you're going up. Rui, you're going up. And then Simon, let's get some more minutes. Can we win this game? Game 6 in the Bay. Down by 10. Getting blown out so far. Can we have a late push? And it's not looking good. Down by 20. And we lose. Game 7. Twisted right knee. Dyson Daniels is out for the season. This is the exact opposite of what we needed. We lose our best defensive player. So now what do we do? Well, you know what I said about Tyson? It's time for Tyson to be the guy. We're going to have to rely on him. And then we're going to have to rely on Anthony Simons. This is going to be essentially an 8-man roster. Max Strus has to play huge. And we'll see, can we survive after losing 2 of our best players for the season? Sonics are up by 2, up by 4, up by 6. Can they hold the lead going to the 4th? Up by 4, up by 6. The Seattle Supersonics have made it with Anthony Simons as Western Conference Finals MVP, Anthony Edwards as Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and his first year in the East. Can the Supersonics, coming off of, what injury does Davion Mitchell have? So we know Dyson's out for the year. Davion Mitchell pinched nerve in his back, and he's still playing through it. Can Dyson play through it? Because if they're just going to play through it, if we gave Dyson minutes, could he play? So I guess he's just superhuman. Davion Mitchell playing through it. Hey, he's replacing Dyson on defense anyway. Here we go. So the Timberwolves so far have really swept and done clean business. Philly in 5, New York in 4, Detroit in 4. I don't expect much better for us, but we shall see. We lose the first game, 120 to 115. Ant with 37. So we need Davion Mitchell to use that defense. 29 minutes, and the best he has is 5 points. Not going to be playing. We can't use him. So we're going to have to rely on Caleb Love. And then who can replace and give us minutes? He hasn't played this season yet, but can Hugh Gonzalez come in and play some hero ball? We got him to be a future player and a future starter. We'll really rely on Simons. Cornette's minutes are way too high. We'll go Rui up, Kalkbrenner, and then Caleb Love. This is what the formula has to be. We lose game 2, 131 to 76. It's not even close. Ant was near 50. Simon shot 6 for 18. The Timberwolves take a resounding 3-0 lead. Really going through the playoffs as the best team, and they're showing it again. Strus with 28, and it didn't matter. Ant with 41. Do they put us away? And we won game 4. Dyson Daniels is back. So they didn't expect us to win any games, is what I'm seeing. So Dyson Daniels is back, which is huge. Davion Mitchell is still going to be out. Caleb Love, what's he been doing in the playoffs? Has he played well? Not having guards is really hurting us, but we'll make do with what we have. How did Hugh Gonzalez play? 6 points. So he didn't play terribly. We're just going to max out our starters, and they're going to have to earn this championship if they want it. If they don't want it, we'll see. It'll show on the court. So this is what we're doing. Doomsday lineup. And Minnesota has won. Ant averaged 38, 6 points, 2 steals, 1 block, 4 rebounds. He clearly was upset about the MVP nod. Competitive player. But I think if you're the Supersonics, your team that just came back in the league, you made it further than OKC did. You made it to the NBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV. This was a team. Davion Mitchell, injury. Caleb Love on a 1 year. We didn't know what to expect from him. I think we'll definitely target guard in next year's draft. Nembhard out for the season. What could have been with Nembhard, I think we truly missed that point guard. Simons had a good year. He earned his contract, but can he get better? That's the hope. De Silva, I think we'll move off him next year. Hugo Gonzalez had a great 1 game. 80% from 3, we'll take it. Probably shot 2 shots, but we'll take that. And then we have Dyson Daniels. Had a productive year. Hopefully he takes another leap offensively, maybe builds that 3-pointer. Jalen Tyson, phenomenal. Max Strus, great year. He will be coming back. Mamu had a lot of injuries, but played well when he did. Rui, I'm glad we got him on another contract. Kalkbrenner can be our best player. Hopefully he progresses as such. Cornette was disappointing as a backup. And I think we'll have to look at center too. So point guard and center. With that being said, though, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. This was episode 1 of the Seattle Supersonics rebuild as we get them back into the league. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, who you think will be protected, who you want Seattle to go out and get. Can they make a Durant-type trade happen? I don't know. Can we make it happen? Stick around and find out. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day.